And this is not how you start making something for demonstration. I will not waste that egg. I will finish fishing out the the shards, the shell shards before I get started. Okay, shells are now removed. Okay, the reason I'm using this pan is to make certain that I do not gluten myself. I live in a family, they eat wheat, that's okay. I'm the one that taught them how to. But since I don't want to like set something down on the counter, because as my daughter says, pretend it's like when you used to play the floor is lava, Mom. So the counter is lava. If it touches, I can't keep it. So this is a rice mixture that I made the other day. I overcooked it because I was cooking it with some red lentils, and so it's kind of mushy. I didn't really like the texture, just heated up. I'm going to empty it over here so you can see what else is in here. Okay, I have peas and corn. I have some tuna in there that I will have to mix in. But basically that's my next step, is to try and mix them all in. And I believe I had some liquid aminos, that's why it's looking kind of brown down there. But I froze this in order to make an easy prep one day and do this demonstration. I actually did about 6 of them up at the same time. So let me set that down there and pause this. There you can see I just emptied it all in the pot, and I'm just going to break this up with my hands, and I'm going to get my hands dirty because you know what? They wash, and they're far easier than trying to do this with a spoon or something like that. The reason I'm mixing the egg is to help it bind. Because I'm going to form these. I'm going to try and form them in in one of these. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Some sort of a rice mold or something like that, used in Oriental cuisine. My hands are getting cold because even though I did let this defrost a day or so, it is still very cold from in the refrigerator. Okay. Next, I gotta go over and wash my hands, so excuse me a moment. Try and do this here. Okay, here you can see I have these 6x6 parchment papers. I didn't actually buy it for this. I bought them because I'm going to be using them to make tamales another time. But I figured this would be a good use for them. And it's really hard to do this because of the fact that I'm trying to do it without putting this on a stand. Because, well, I tried to jerry-rig one. It didn't work. So from there, and my other one, I was expecting my shelves to be delivered yesterday, so everything in my room is totally in upheaval right now. Just gonna fill this up. Kind of it. And then I use this and I press it down. You can tell it got a little bit juicy there. That's okay. Juice is nothing. It's really, in this case, it's just egg. I'm going to take all the extra stuff off of here. I'm going to leave that egg because it's not bothering me, and why bother? Then I'm just going to flip it over And this has this little thing, I don't know if you can see it, there it is, that's built in there. And you just push it down and it comes out. Now this, I will next put in my, I'm going to finish up making a bunch of them. And then I'm going to put them in my air fryer. And then I'll get back with you. Learned my first lesson. When I tried to pick up the parchment paper, everything crumbled. So I went and I got my air fryer tray to make this easier, because literally I can take and put the air fryer right into the tray right into the air fryer. I'm going to see if I can fit a second one on here, so that maybe I can do a couple at a time here. Well, I can, but I don't think it's going to let the air flow through. So I've got 3 trays in my air fryer. It's a different kind of air fryer. It kind of looks more like an oven. Let me take you over here and show it to you. This is it here. My son made me this shelf so I had room to put it up so that I can use it on a consistent basis and feel safe. But it fits 3 trays, plus has a little thing down there that catches any oils or what have you that I might have. So I'm just going to take the trays out and take them over to... Sorry, I should have warned you about that dizzy spell there. I'm going to set them over here. Yeah, it is so easy to cross-contaminate your gluten stuff, so this is just how I'm going to do it for now. And I'll get back to you when I've got them made and back on the tray. Okay, no matter what I did, they kept falling apart. This one's almost there, but the others were far worse. And my son David told me to try adding cornstarch, and it seems to be working. Except for that one. I must not have pressed it down hard enough. So now I have enough. I made 7 total out of that batch. Put 4 on the top, 3 on the bottom. And it says, the AI says to set it at 375, change my temperature there, for about 15 minutes. So there that goes, and we'll check it when it says it's done. Okay, let's give this a chance here. Well, the one fell apart, but we expected that. Let me grab a hot pad, or a hot glove, as the case may be. I actually need to get myself my own set of hot pads, because I don't know about you, but so often I go and end up dipping my hot pad in my food. Let's see, it looks nice and crispy. Feels nice and crispy. Let me turn this thing around and I'll taste it. Let me show you something that happened here, if you can see it. It doesn't show this way. But basically, I'm going to step out here in the light. The bottom, hollowed out, stuck to the parchment paper. So I probably need to flip them over onto another piece of parchment paper and cook them a little bit longer. However, they are very tasty. Hello, traffic. They're soft on the inside, a little bit hard on the outside, but yeah, I think I need to flip them over, not choke on the corn kernel, and and let them cook again, the same temperature on the other side. Well, I just learned, because I've never used parchment paper before, no, I am not a cookie maker, that you still need to oil the parchment. So next time I will oil the parchment because like all of the bottom's stuck like this. Okay, as you can see, this time I took it off the parchment because the other side was hard already anyhow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trays. Might be too crunchy. I might need a dip to dip those in. I'm just going to slide them into my pan I cleaned out. So when my food's too tall, I put one of my trays down there. As you can tell, this is the one to that paper that I was showing you, where just every one of them stuck on the bottom. And this one's still stuck on both sides, so. Oh well, I'll enjoy the crumbs later. Gotta wash that one out. Oh well, such is life. There they are. Definitely crunchy, both sides. One thing I noticed was it dehydrated some of the vegetables. So like, here's a pea. And this one is a little bit moist because it fell out of the center. But this, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Yeah, this one's harder. It will dehydrate vegetables, I think, if I just layer it on those things, lay them out evenly like I would in a dehydrator. Something I did not expect to be able to use it for. I'm going to definitely try that for some cranberries. I'm stringing cranberries, but I want to maybe try this to do for some of them, just to have little crunchies on hand for adding to yogurt or something like that. God bless y'all. Okay, just wanted to let y'all know that I did finally get to enjoy those. They turned out pretty good. As you can tell, this is really the first time I've done anything besides bake a potato in my air fryer. So it was totally different, and I'm just learning to do things, and I don't really have money for cookbooks, especially gluten-free cookbooks, and nor do I have a lot of different foods that I can mix. So I'm just kind of pulling from my past and doing the best I can with what I have. I think that's important in our lives, is learning to make do so we don't have to do without. I think when I do these again, I am more likely to do them in small balls, sort of like tater tot sized. They won't take rotating as much, and I'll be able to set them straight on the tray instead of on the parchment paper, because I could just spray some oil on the tray itself, and it's not going to have a problem with that. They won't stick or anything. I did like the idea of adding the cornstarch. That really helped a lot. Sorry, the lighting in this bedroom is going bonkers with this camera today. But that's where it's at. My hair's a mess. I'm sorry. I need to go brush. But I just wanted to get something out there, let you know I'm doing a little bit better this week, and I'm sure with blessings of the Lord, I will overcome. I think they call it a spirit of depression for a reason, and I know that evil spirits can be tossed out on their butt. And that's my intention, is to have the Lord come in, overflow, and help me let go of those things. But yeah, that's my big achievement this week. And it won't be long till I have my shelves, and I'll bring you along for a little bit of that and let you watch me make one or something. And kind of reorganize what is a real mess right now. I mean, everything is just piled up into a big pile, waiting for me to organize things once I get the shelves together. But I love you. God loves you. I am grateful for you, and God bless y'all. Ciao.